The monster of Florence, the serial killer who terrorized Italy for 17 years. Welcome. Today, we dive into one of the most chilling and unsolved mysteries in Italian criminal history, the monster of Florence. A serial killer who, between 1968 and 1985, turned the idyllic Tuscan hills into a hunting ground of terror. 8 couples murdered. Brutal mutilations. A ritualistic signature that defied logic. And a mystery that still haunts Italy to this day. Before we begin, if you enjoy our stories, please subscribe. It's free, takes just a second, and helps us bring more dark tales like this to light. Thank you from the heart. Now, let's step into the darkness. August 21, 1968. Signa, near Florence. A hot summer night. The Tuscan countryside is quiet. In a parked car, a couple, Antonio Lo Bianco and Barbara Lacci, are alone, seeking intimacy. By dawn, they are found dead. Antonio, shot in the driver's seat. Barbara, lifeless on the back seat. Both killed with a .22 caliber pistol, a weapon that would become a grim signature. But the most haunting detail? Barbara's 6-year-old son was sleeping beside her body. He later told investigators, "A man picked me up and carried me to a neighbor's house. He rang the bell, then disappeared into the dark. He said he was my uncle." The boy's words became the first clue, and the first riddle, in what would become one of Italy's most terrifying criminal sagas. At the time, police ruled it a crime of passion. Barbara's husband was the prime suspect, but soon cleared. No one imagined this was just the beginning. For 6 years, silence. Then, on September 14, 1974, the nightmare returned. Borgo San Lorenzo. The second massacre. The bodies of Pasquale Gentilecore and Stefania Pettini were found in a secluded wooded area. Same weapon, .22 caliber. Same method, the man shot first, then the woman. But this time, something was different. Something horrifying. Stefania, just 18 years old, had been violated post-mortem with a vine branch. Her body was mutilated. Genital organs removed with a sharp blade. The killer wasn't just murdering. He was performing a ritual. And from that moment on, the pattern became clear. The modus operandi. A macabre liturgy. The monster of Florence followed a chillingly consistent ritual. Victims, always young couples, parked in isolated areas of the Tuscan countryside. Timing, often on weekend nights, under a full or new moon, fueling theories of occult motives. Surveillance. He watched them. Waited. Struck when they were most vulnerable. Weapon, a Beretta .22 long rifle, loaded with Winchester Series H bullets, a rare combination, used in every murder. Execution. First, the man, shot to eliminate resistance. Then the woman, killed with cold precision. Aftermath. The women were mutilated. Genitals removed with a folding knife. Bodies rearranged in a grotesque display. No robbery. No sexual assault before death. Only ritual violence. This wasn't random. This was a ceremony of blood. The Reign of Terror, 1974 to 1985. The monster didn't stop. June 6, 1975. Stefano Baldi and Carmela Denuccio, murdered in Scandicci. June 19, 1982. Giovanni Foggi and Carmela Denuccio, yes, the same surname, killed in the same area. August 21, 1982. Stefano Baldi and Susanna Cambi, at the Parco degli Scopiti. September 9, 1983. Horst Wilhelm Meyer and Jens Uwe Rusch, 2 German tourists, mistaken for a couple, killed in their van. July 29, 1984. Claudio Stefanaxi and Pia Gabriella Rontini, in a Fiat Panda near Vicchio. The most brutal killing yet. September 7, 1985. Jean-Michel Crave and Nadine Mauriat, French tourists, shot in their tent at Parco degli Scopiti. 16 victims. 8 double murders. 17 years of fear. The Tuscan hills, once a romantic escape, became a landscape of dread. Parents forbade their children from going out at night. Couples avoided secluded roads. Every parked car was a potential tomb. A collective psychosis spread across Tuscany. Who was the monster? The quiet neighbor? The silent man at the bar? The one who watched a little too long? The monster of Florence was no longer just a killer. He had become a myth. The investigation, a maze without an exit. Between 1968 and 1985, dozens of investigative units were formed. Hundreds of officers. Thousands of interrogations. But the killer always vanished, without a trace. The first major breakthrough came in 1982. Ballistic analysis confirmed all murders were committed with the same gun. One killer. One weapon. One mission. The hunt was on. The prime suspect, Pietro Pacciani. The main suspect, Pietro Pacciani, a 70-year-old farmer from Mercatale with a history of sexual violence. In 1994, after years of investigation, Pacciani was convicted of 7 double murders. But in 1996, he was acquitted on appeal. The court cited lack of evidence. He died in 1998, before a retrial could be held, taking any secrets he knew to the grave. The Cannibals of the Hills, the Compagni di Merende. Attention shifted to a group nicknamed the Snack Buddies, Compagni di Merende. Mario Vanni, Giancarlo Lotti, Fernando Pucci. Lotti confessed, claiming Pacciani led a satanic cult that committed the murders as part of occult rituals. Vanni and Pucci were convicted, but many experts doubted the confession. It was inconsistent, sensational, and likely influenced by media pressure. Was this the truth? Or a desperate attempt to close an unsolvable case? The darker theories. The most controversial theory. The monster was not one man, but a secret society. Investigators noted the surgical precision of the mutilations, the ritualistic repetition of the crimes, the killer's ability to evade capture for 17 years, despite massive police operations. How could one man do this? Unless he had protection. Some clues point to occult networks. Books on magic and Satanism found in suspects' homes. Links to Masonic circles in Tuscany. The discovery of a piece of fabric, cut from a victim, placed in a doctor's pocket during an autopsy. Was it a trophy? A ritual offering? And then there's Francesco Narducci, a doctor found dead in Lake Trasimeno in 1985. Officially ruled a suicide, but some believe he was murdered to silence him. Was he involved? Was he a member of the cult? Or just another victim of the cover-up? The legacy of the monster. Despite decades of investigation, the case remains officially unsolved. Pacciani. Possibly involved, but not the sole killer. The Snack Buddies? Convicted, but doubts remain. A secret cult? A compelling theory, but no proof. The monster of Florence is more than a criminal case. He is a cultural ghost, a symbol of evil that hides in plain sight. His crimes inspired Thomas Harris, author of The Silence of the Lambs, who used elements of the case for his characters. Films, books, documentaries, and TV series, including The Monster of Florence, 2007, and Buffalo Bill. The social impact was profound. Generations of young Italians stopped making love in cars. The Tuscan hills lost their romance. Fear replaced intimacy. And the investigation itself became a cautionary tale of missed evidence, rushed conclusions, and institutional failure. The final truth? Perhaps the most terrifying idea is this. The truth was within reach, but never grasped. Someone, somewhere, knows what really happened. And they've kept the secret for over 50 years. The monster may be gone, but his shadow remains. Over Florence, over Italy, over all of us. Because the most haunting mystery isn't who he was. It's how he got away with it for so long.